Hi, Michelle. So I heard you just got the diagnosis with your mom. How are you doing with that?
Honestly, I'm a little in shock.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, it's really overwhelming.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, dementia is a very difficult diagnosis to receive. Um, so I can see that for sure. Um, what does dementia mean to you?
Um, well, I don't, I mean, I don't know a lot about it in terms of research or technical stuff, but, my mom's sister had it and it was really, really hard. And it was hard. I had been really close with her when I was young, and then she got it pretty early. And,
Mm-hmm.
um, yeah, I mean, I feel like I lost her, but she was
Mm-hmm.
still there. And that connection and like that relationship was like completely lost. And um, I have a new, like, a little kid, and like I want him to know his grandma, and I want my mom to be around and to be present. And um, I'm worried about her safety, and I'm worried about how to handle the behavior and the awkward conversations that can happen, or
Mm-hmm.
all those things. So I feel like I'm a little bit, um, yeah, just really overwhelmed. And it was hard enough like doing it with my aunt. I don't know how it will be with my mom, and I'm just worried it'll be really bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's completely reasonable to have those feelings and concerns. Um, you say your aunt had dementia too. What did that look like in your life?
Um, well, we had been really close. She lived in the same neighborhood as my mom because they were really close.
Mm-hmm.
And so, she, toward the end, it's like she didn't even recognize me.
Mm.
And it was a big financial burden on the family because they couldn't watch her all the time, and it was hard to like choose to put her in a facility where she could have the care that she needed.
Mm-hmm.
But then she seemed to just really rapidly decline
Mm.
and shut down. Um, yeah, and she passed away pretty young too. So
Sure. Mm. So, am I right in thinking that because you saw some of these things with your aunt, you're afraid that it'll be the same story with your mom?
yeah, I mean they're sisters, so even the genetic similarities,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, I don't know. I don't see why it would be much different for her, and
Mm.
it was it was just really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Dementia is very hard. I'm not going to minimize that at all. Um, what I can say is that dementia looks different for every person. Um, dementia can, sure, there are similarities when people have dementia, but there's also different things that we can do to do the best we can to help make life as easy as possible in our treatment goals. Stuff like spaced retrieval therapy to help with memory, or things like validation therapy to hopefully help with easing like fear and anxiety. And I really want to be able to do that with your mom if you approve that therapy plan.
What's space retrieval? What is that?
Sure. So that's a therapy where we pick a couple of items of information that we'd like the client to remember, and then we ask them that question that will help them retrieve that information at varied time intervals. And it just helps them solidify information such as what room number am I, or simple information about themselves, maybe what's my date of birth, those types of things. Um, that can help them if they were in a situation where they got lost or those types of things. But I mean, later on we can go through each of those therapies and you can I want to partner with you to really determine what the best therapy would be for your mom.
Would that help someone remember names or remember like their schedule stuff too?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I feel like right now she's just, it's not as bad because it's early, but
Mm-hmm.
we're starting to see that forgetfulness of important things or can create a lot of tension. Like my dad isn't always really patient and he's really dependent on her, and so I feel like that's creating a lot of stress for them. And yeah, so if there's stuff we could do now
Mm-hmm.
to help with those things.
Yeah, without a doubt, dementia can be stressful, and it seems like you've already experienced that in your mom and dad's relationship. So in the earlier stages of dementia, yeah, we can provide those supports and treatment, and hopefully that will delay the onset of some of the more severe symptoms. Yet at the same time, it is important to just have realistic expectations in knowing that her state is going to decline over time. But we want to do the best we can to support her in each stage that she's in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's important that you have the support that you need as well, too, because you're having to walk through this with your family, and that's really hard. There are some support groups for families who have parents with dementia that I'd love to get you connected with if you're interested in something like that.
Yeah, I think that might help if they're, I mean, I'm really busy, but
Sure.
yeah, if it works out.
All right. Well, I just want to thank you so much for having this conversation with me. I know it's not easy to talk about these things, so just thank you for your openness, and I hope we can continue to work together on, picking the best treatment options for your mom.
Thanks.